Maddie left these on his desk. That's a mistake. These things are so good. Okay, now I'm ready. Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about something interesting called tilt shift photography. Now, I'm not going to actually show you how to do it with a physical tilt shift lens because I don't have one. They're very expensive and I kind of don't really have a use for it. I've seen people use them throughout my years as a photographer. I was always like a little bit of an admirer of the effect that you can get from a tilt shift lens, but it's hard to use fast. Like if you're trying to nail something quickly in the moment, and especially some of my friends who used them who were wedding photographers, I could never really get a handle on it. So I started doing it in post instead of using the physical lens to save myself the money because it wasn't an effect that I did all the time and I didn't feel like I needed to invest $2,000 for something that I did here and there. Here's what a tilt shift lens actually looks like. And now what's happening is you're actually tilting and shifting the plane of focus of the lens. So they have screw dials on the sides and you're actually moving that lens left and right and up and down, and it's tilting and shifting. It's exactly what it's called. Now, one of the most popular things that you'll see using tilt shift photography is architecture or shots of cities, and it makes everything look miniature, which is a really interesting take when you're doing architectural photography or cities or landscapes, even time lapses. Stuff that's shot in tilt shift looks very, very unique, and it's something that you don't really get to see too often because, like I said, I don't think most people are really out looking for a tilt shift lens straight off. It's probably something that you're gonna look at more so down the line when you're an experienced photographer and you're looking to mix things up. I don't know, maybe you're bored. This tutorial is kind of like an explanation on how to fake the tilt shift look in Photoshop without having to actually buy the lens. Now, you're gonna get better results with the lens doing these things optically for sure. But for the people that are just like me and wanna just edit a photo here and there with this technique, this is gonna work great. For example, here's a shot of Dubai as the sun is setting, everything looks good, and you could just post it like that. Yes, it looks fine, I'm a fan of this photo, but if we wanted to just mix things up a little bit and maybe just showcase the freeway because that highway looks insane, it looks like spaghetti in a bowl, all those roads interweaving throughout each other. We wanted to just isolate that with kind of like a tilt shift effect. This is what it would look like. So if you notice, we've got blur up top and blur along the bottom. So our out of focus elements are actually split into two different planes, leaving just one plane of focus through the middle, which is highlighting that crazy intersection, that crazy highway. That is, in a sense, the tilt shift look. And what it does is it kind of tricks your eye into making the scene look miniature. Now, these effects usually look better when they're done top down. If you were to take a portrait head on of somebody, or you were just standing on a street and you took a photo head on, I don't think the effect has the miniature look as much as if you were shooting something from the sky downwards. So here's a shot of the city from a helicopter. We throw that tilt shift effect on it, and now it looks like we're looking at like a model of the city. Everything looks like they're little buildings that someone made and glued and stuck on this beautiful display of what they were hoping the city would one day look like. It's the coolest thing, and I'm a huge fan of it, and it's really easy to do. So fire up a photo, be it a landscape photo, a top-down photo, if you've ever been in an airplane and shot out the window, or from the high-rise of your office or the rooftop, anywhere like that, grab something that'll work, bring it into Photoshop, and this is how you're gonna get that effect. Once that photo is in Photoshop, you are going to hit Q on your keyboard. That brings up Quick Mask. Then you're gonna hit G for the gradient tool. Come up here to the toolbar. You're gonna wanna make sure you have the reflected gradient selected. That's the fourth one over, so go ahead and click on that. And then what you're gonna do is draw a line down the middle of your photo, and that line is gonna indicate where you want the area to be focused. Hold Shift while you make this line so that it creates a straight vertical line. And all we're gonna do is drag like this, let go, and now you see it makes this big red band across the photo. Now that red area is what's in focus. Everything above and below it is what's gonna be blurred out. So you might have to do this several times because you might be looking at this right now and saying, well, Pete, you've missed the highway almost completely. Like none of that highway is gonna be in focus. So just Command Z, Shift, drag another line, play around with it until you're happy with the results. That looks good. Hit Q again and it's gonna bring up those marching ants, the selection boxes, and you'll notice everything but that red stripe of area is selected. That's what we're gonna blur. So if you're happy with that, you can continue on to the next step. If you're not, you can just hit Command D, which deselects those marching ants, and then redo that gradient mask until, you're happy with it. If you are, you're gonna come up to Filter, Blur, lens blur. Now I have the radius set to like 50 because I really want to prominently focus that one spot that I want in focus. So I want that lens blur to be really, really heavy. I don't want it to be so subtle that it doesn't look like any effect is happening. If you don't like that depth of field that's heavy, then obviously maybe change this to like a 18% radius. You can see that really brings it down, but then you kind of lose a little bit of the effect. So maybe we'll meet you in the middle, hit around 40, and that looks pretty cool right there. And that's pretty much it. You're gonna hit OK. That's gonna run the lens blur. It might take a couple minutes depending on your computer. Mine takes a couple seconds. Then hit Command D to deselect those marching ants. And that is your tilt shift look. And it's just a really interesting way to make your photos look a little bit different. If you're doing the same thing over and over, maybe you're a bit bored, you're a bit sick of your editing process yourself, it's fun to try these stylized looks to just give some new life to photos that either you've already taken or photos that you're going to take. That's why I love doing this kind of thing. Here's another shot of Toronto, so just a super fast, quick recap. You're gonna hit Q to get into quick mask, G for the gradient tool, hold down shift, pick your plane of focus, do it a couple times until you're happy with where you want that red band line to be. That's where I want it. Then you're gonna go ahead, hit Q again, come up to filter, blur, lens blur, somewhere around 40 to 50 should be good. Okay, let the computer do its thing, and Command D to deselect everything, and you are pretty much good to go. That is the tilt shift look. That's just a really fast video for today, guys. It's a technique that's old as the hills. Like I said, I learned this 10 years ago in college. Wow, that really dates me right there. 10 years ago in college. Was it even more than 10 years? I'm looking at you like you have the answer. You're like, yeah, actually it was, I learned this technique 12 years ago in college. So yeah, I've been doing it for a while, and sometimes it looks really, really good with particular photos. Sometimes here and there, but nevertheless, like I've said a million times on this channel, it doesn't hurt to have an extra tool in your tool bag when it comes to editing photos. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Tag me in these photos if you're gonna post them on Instagram, Twitter. I'd love to see what you guys are tilt shifting. So go ahead, tag me at Peter McKinnon on Twitter and Instagram, the same thing. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button if you like this video, smash it if that's something that you're into. 2019 style. We are nearing the end of voting for my Breakout YouTuber of the Year Shorty Award, which would be super cool. Links are below for that as well. Thank you to everyone that has participated and supported me in that endeavor. I really appreciate that. That's it. I'm gonna go drink 7 quarts of tea. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace. I'm gonna go drink 7 quarts of tea. Quarts? Is that right? Quarts? I meant to say like liters. I don't even like tea. I'm gonna go drink medicinal beverages to try and get this thing cleared up. Welcome back, everyone. Great to have you here. Really, that's like 4 of these in my mouth, dude. That's insane. I mean, I really do like them. I don't like 4 of them. All right, guys, welcome back. Oh, if I could just find the person that gave me this cold, I'd make them pay in blood. And now it looks like we're looking at like a model. I hate being sick. Oh, also, it's the apocalypse outside. It is mobbing snow, ice, rain, freezing rain, everything you could imagine. I'm gonna take the sled out. Oh, it's happening.